The final blessing had been given. The patriarch Jacob, who had wrestled with God and man, had gathered his feet into his bed, breathed his last, and was gathered to his people. The long, tumultuous journey was over. Joseph, overcome with grief, fell upon his father's face, wept over him, and kissed him. He commanded his physicians to embalm his father, and the Egyptians mourned for him for 70 days. When the days of mourning had passed, Joseph went before Pharaoh. "My father made me swear an oath," he said. "He told me, I am about to die. In my tomb that I carved out for myself in the land of Canaan, there you shall bury me. Now therefore let me please go up and bury my father, then I will return." Pharaoh gave his blessing. And so began one of the grandest funeral processions the world had ever seen. Joseph went up to bury his father, and with him went all the servants of Pharaoh, the elders of his household, and all the elders of the land of Egypt. Chariots and horsemen accompanied them. It was a very great company, a testament to the immense honor in which Joseph was held. They traveled to the land of Canaan and held a great and solemn lamentation, mourning for 7 days. They buried Jacob in the cave of Machpelah, the field that Abraham had bought, laying the patriarch to rest with his fathers, fulfilling his final wish. After burying their father, Joseph and his brothers returned to Egypt, and it was then, with their father gone, that a cold fear began to grip the hearts of the 10 older brothers. The one man who they believed had stayed Joseph's hand, the buffer for their terrible crime, was no more. They said amongst themselves, "It may be that Joseph will hate us and pay us back for all the evil that we did to him." In their terror, they sent a message to Joseph, a desperate plea for mercy invoking their dead father's name. "Your father gave this command before he died," they lied. "Say to Joseph, please forgive the transgression of your brothers and their sin, because they did evil to you. So now please forgive the transgression of the servants of the God of your father." When he received their message, Joseph wept. He saw that even after all these years, they did not truly understand the depth of his forgiveness, or the divine hand that had guided their lives. His brothers then came themselves and fell down before him, offering the one thing they had left. "Behold," they said, "we are your servants." Joseph looked at his terrified, prostrate brothers, and his response was not one of anger or vengeance, but of profound grace and theological wisdom. "Do not be afraid," he said gently, "for am I in the place of God?" Then he spoke the words that would become the ultimate summary of his entire life, the moral of his incredible story. "As for you," he said, looking at the men who had sold him into slavery, "you meant evil against me, but God meant it for good, to bring it about that many people should be kept alive as they are today. So do not fear," he reassured them. "I will provide for you and your little ones." Thus he comforted them and spoke kindly to them, finally and completely erasing the fear that had haunted them for decades. Joseph lived to be 110 years old. He saw his own grandchildren and the great-grandchildren of his sons. And as his own life drew to a close, he gathered the children of Israel, and like his father before him, he looked to the future. "I am about to die," he said, "but God will surely visit you and bring you up out of this land to the land that he swore to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob." He made them swear a final oath. "God will surely visit you, and you shall carry up my bones from here." And so Joseph died. He was embalmed, and he was put in a coffin in Egypt. The book of Genesis, a story that began in a perfect garden, ends in a coffin. The age of the patriarchs was over, but it was not an ending of despair. It was an ending of promise. The children of Israel were safe and prosperous, but they were not yet home. And the bones of Joseph lay waiting, a silent, powerful testament to the promise that one day God would lead them back to the promised land.